Welcome, my chess students, to the checkmating with the king, bishop, and knight. It's called the W-mate regular way, and one of the reasons why we're doing this is because if you're like me, you kept trying to checkmate with the king, bishop, and knight randomly, and you never found out how, because a lot of chess teachers, myself included, would say things like, oh, it rarely happens, and so you don't really need to use that, you can focus in on other things, etc., etc. But the truth is, a lot of us never took the time to learn how to checkmate with the king, bishop, and knight, because the patterns that were given to us were, I wouldn't say ineffective, I would just say non-comprehensive. So what we're looking to do is to create a comprehensive way of checkmating with the king, bishop, and knight. So we start with the W-mate regular way. The reason why we call this a W-mate is because the knight moves in the shape of a W. So it starts here, it goes here, 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 and then here. Does everyone see the W? Here, 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 here. Yes, you do. Excellent. So, now, a couple of things you need to know about checkmating with the king, bishop, and knight. One, there are 64 squares that make up the entire board. 32 light, 32 dark. If the bishop's on a light square, you can only force checkmate in a corner that has a light square, which is, that's right, here and here. Now you can get checkmate at other squares, but you cannot force checkmate at other squares. In other words, black would have to make a major mistake for you to checkmate them outside of this corner or this corner. But if black does everything right, and if white does everything right, checkmate is forced either here or here. Now, the thing about checkmating with the king, bishop, and knight, along with all the other checkmates actually, is that you only have 50 moves to do it in. Now, when you're dealing with the king and two rooks, king and queen, king and rook, king and two bishops, that's relatively easy. But when it gets to the king, bishop, and knight, that's where it gets tricky. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you some basic patterns for checkmating with the king, bishop, and knight. And I'm going to conclude with my own pattern. I call it diamond knight, and which leads to my version of how to checkmate randomly using the diamond knight system. So to start off with, if the king is on a corner that has a dark square, the only thing that can force it out is not the bishop or the king, but the knight. And the knight can only force it out this way, or it should only force it out this way, because if the knight comes here, it allows the king to escape here, because the knight blocks his bishop from attacking that square. So, the knight comes here with check. King can't go here because of the bishop, can't go here because of the king, can't stay here because the knight is attacking that square. Its only move is to come right here. Now, what you're trying to do is you're trying to force me to get to this corner. Now notice, the knight cuts off this square. The next square to cut off is this square. But can the bishop come here right away? No, because the king could just take it. The bishop's unprotected. So instead, what the bishop does is what's called a waiting move. So, the bishop moves just like that. It just waits, because now the king has no choice but to make a move, and it goes there. Now notice, in checkers, there is no, not jumping or not moving. Well, there is no not jumping or not moving. Checkers is like, a different breed when it comes to play. But with chess, it's always white has to move and black has to move. If black cannot move, then something's very wrong. Either it's checkmate or it's stalemate. All right, so now the king moved over here. You want to put this bishop right here to cut off this square. And then when this king moves over here, once the king gets diagonal from the knight, then we want to begin the W. So again, the knight moves here in the shape of a W, remember? The king, I know you're trying to checkmate me over here, so I go back this way. This is called the regular way. And then the knight simply continues with the W and check. Now the bishop guards this square, king guards here, here, and here. So this king comes over here. Now, if the knight moves away, then this king can just come back here. So you don't want that to happen. instead, you want to protect the knight. Now you can protect it with the bishop, but you're going to need the bishop to guard these squares some more. So you want to use your king as much as possible, because your king, out of these three, is the slowest piece on the board. So that way, you get your king mobilized. And then I come here. Now I have an escape square right here. So you want to guard that escape square. So this king comes right there. And now, again, I know you're trying to checkmate me over here, so I come back this way. And then I'm safe here. I can't come here because of the knight. I can't come here because of the king, but I'm looking to break out this way. How do you stop me? By moving the bishop right there. And that is check. So now this king comes over here. Now again, you're waiting for the king to come diagonal from the knight, right here. So what do we need? A waiting move with the bishop. Now notice you don't do a waiting move with the king, because if you move the king this way, this king escapes here. And if you move the king this way, this king escapes here. So you have to leave the king where it's at to guard these key squares. So we do a waiting move with the bishop. And then, when this king moves over diagonally, now we continue with the W. So again, the knight moves in the shape of a W, it comes up here. Now notice, when it does that, it also guards this square right here. So now the king knows it's going to be checkmated over here, so to avoid that, it tries to come back this way. And again, when that happens, you continue with the knight and check. Now notice, the knight is attacking this square, the bishop's attacking this square, the king is guarding here, here, and here. My only move for my king is right there. And again, you want to protect that king with, you want to protect the knight with the other king, not with the bishop. And then my only move again is to come right here, and I have an escape square right here. So you want to guard that escape square with your king. So once again, I know you're trying to checkmate me here, so I go back this way. And then this bishop comes up here to guard both this square and attack the king here with check. So then my king comes here. And again, you're waiting for me, my king, to come diagonal from the knight. So what do we need? A waiting move with the bishop. Now, when this king moves over here, we're at the home stretch, people. So, your king is a knight's move away from the corner, which is exactly where you want it to be. You want the bishop and the knight to be here and here. So the question is, where's the easiest place for the bishop? You guessed it, right here. So we do that last. So that means we need to get the knight over here. How do we start to get it there? Well, first we move it right here. And then when my king moves here, now at this stage, you need to make sure that it's checkmate in two and that each move gives a check. Because if my king happened to be over here when you started this, guess what that would be? Stalemate. Because the knight would guard this square, the king would guard here and here, but my king would not be in check, but it wouldn't have anywhere to move. So that's called stalemate. That's a draw. If you're up ahead, you don't want to have a draw here. So you always want to make sure that the king is checkable here. So first we do check. Now notice the king can't come here because of the bishop, can't come here, here, here because of the other king, and it can't remain here because of the knight. And so the king comes here, and then finally the king is safe here alone. So how do we give checkmate? By moving the bishop to F3 in this case. It attacks the king, the only safe square, and that is checkmate. This is one of the checkmates that's commonly available on YouTube or wherever, but I also feature it in my book, Checkmating with the King, Bishop, and Knight randomly, and so much more, which is in bookstores everywhere. So feel free to check that out, or feel free to just continue to go over these lessons online. Either way is fine by me. Thank you.